Hello, this is Michelle Aaron at the site of the Schiller Institute Memorial Day Weekend Conference. Here we're going to watch a few reflections from attendees from Mexico, Denmark, Russia, Germany, and the United States, people of various ages and walks of life who have come together to participate in this historic event.
Hi, I'm Adrien Pearl. I'm here at the end of the Schiller Institute conference that went on for 2 days, and I'm exhausted. There was so much to discuss. It was honestly incredible. The high level of intellectual debate was unlike any event I've ever been at. I'll highlight a debate that happened between Jason Ross and Professor Happer, as just the level of respect that people can have for each other debating these incredibly high level epistemological, philosophical topics is just remarkable. And I just feel really, really grateful to have witnessed it and been a part of it.
Hi, I'm Martin from the Netherlands, Germany, and Russia. I came to the conference in the hope of finding a connection between philosophy and everything that's going on in the world. Because we cannot talk about all of these things that are going on without talking as well about the meaning of life, etc. So I'm very happy that the Schiller Institute is combining all of these domains.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Hugo Cajigas. I'm an industrial engineer and part of the Larus Movement in Mexico. I came from Mexico in order to get here with all our colleagues from the US and basically the United States and other parts of the world. The conference has been totally amazing because there are a lot of profound issues from the world strategic situation, from culture, for very cultural performances, into science, scientific, historical, and philosophical panels. All of them with very powerful information in order to change the critical situation the world has fallen in the coming decades, as Larus stated, and very pleased to be here with all of you, sharing this view of this beautiful view of humanity, trying to overcome from recognizing a difficult situation, but with the methods, cultural, scientific, and cognitive methods to overcome this situation and reinsert our path into the industrial and technology, high technology, higher density power sources, and higher density mental thoughts.
So this is my name is Dason Yokoyama, and I'm here from New Mexico at the Schiller Institute conference for 2025 out here in Newark, New Jersey, and really glad that I was able to come. It was a great experience getting to meet so many people from around the world who put the time in, really done the study to understand the mind of Lyndon LaRouche and the policies that he promoted for economics around the world in the American tradition of Alexander Hamilton and those that followed after. And so that's really what I want to say is just a great time. We had one thing that I'd like to mention is last night, as I was up late, like 2 a.m, talking to people, young people, and we had a gentleman walk in, and he gave us a recital of the Declaration of Independence, which was quite impressive and something that I would have never seen if I didn't come here. In addition to all the great panels. I look forward to coming to another one.
Hello, my name is Farida Gillisburg. I'm standing here in the halls to the international conference of the Larus Movement. I have been honored to be here as a guest from Denmark and take part at this very important conference. What I would like to emphasize is that we have a group of young people who are going to create the Larus Youth Movement number 3, this new generation, and this is very exciting. What made me decide to join this movement was actually the American the spirit of the American Revolution. When I was in the US in 91 for the first time as a 18-year-old, I decided, after being here for a campaign, to join LaRouche because I figured out that there is something beautiful in this nation. You know, we had presentations about Lincoln. We had the civil rights movement around Reverend Bevel and Martin Luther King. But we had I was exposed to something which I didn't know exists, that America is created to be a republic based on doing good. And I think this is what we are reviving, especially for the anniversary of the 250 years anniversary of the Day of Independence. So we need America to be good again for yourself as a republic, to keep the republic, and for us out there to join forces with you guys.
Okay, I'm Dave Christie coming in from Michigan here to the conference, and I think it brought together the whole planet, people from all over the world, but all kinds of different walks of life, from farmers to industry people, and so on and so forth. And I think that you had a real meeting of minds to figure out how do you take the backdrop of the strategic crisis, which is the collapse of the economic and financial system, and pull together the kind of dialogue required. I think that was certainly one of the key themes of the conference, was this idea that we need dialogue, even if it's with people that you don't agree with. And in fact, that's most important, to recruit people to a higher level of humanity, which is also what Helga LaRouche, shouldn't say she's just stressed this in this conference, because this has been the theme of her life's mission, but it is to get all people from all nations to view that though they are patriots of their own nations, that has to be from the vantage point of thinking of all of humanity. And I think that was reflected in this conference.
So, go ahead and go for it.
Hi, I'm Philip from Virginia. I'm here at the Schiller Institute conference in New Jersey over the Memorial Day weekend. 3 days of intensive discussion of profound ideas. And for me, one of the highlights was the youth panel, simply because we need so much now for a new generation to pick up and comprehend and spread the beautiful ideas that we've been given by Lyndon LaRouche, being carried forth by the movement now into a new world, into a new international paradigm for the world, for humanity as a whole.
Okay, I'm Bill Jones. I was at the conference this weekend. This was a tremendous conference. It's the first one we've had in many years, long before the COVID. We haven't been able to get together in our full strength, and I think we showed it today. We had, almost 500 to 1,000 people here, and there were a lot of presentations, a lot of young people who have come to us, who have gathered around us to organize, to change the world. We had people online from Mexico and from many other countries, and it was a tremendous amount of energy. A lot of young people who have come to the LaRouche organization, who've been attracted by our policy, who've been upset about the crazy situation that exists in the world, and they want to change it. And rallying around the ideas of Lyndon LaRouche, who was one of the most important statesmen of the last century. He was oppressed, but he was a remarkable individual in many areas, and he's now recruiting a good number of people under 30 and in their 20s who are now rallying to change the course of history away from the wars and the conflicts and the devastation that we see in the world today. So I'm very optimistic about the future as a result of the conference.